Hello friends, welcome to the second part of the video on the calculations. So in the first part we have discussed about how do we calculate millimolar, molar, micromolar solutions, or how do we convert the solutions from parts per million to mg per liter or mg per ml. How do we prepare the stock for mg per ml and all those stock preparation and hormones and all those things we have discussed in depth. Percentage calculation for solution, percentage calculation for solids, all those things we have calculated in depth in the first part of the video. I will give the link in the description. Please do go watch those video because the second part is directly connected with the first part. So without knowing the first part concepts, the second part concepts will become very difficult for you to understand. So I advise you, please do go watch the video that I will give in the description the link and then come to the second part of the video. In this second part of the calculation, we are just going to calculate the molarity and the normality for the liquid substances. This is a bit complicated and it differs. It is not that easy as the solid, so I have made as a two parts. So in this part I am going to take HCl as an example and H2SO4 as an two example, and then we will calculate it. So let me take the HCl. So hydrochloric acid, HCl acid I am going to take, that is a liquid component, and I'm going to show you how to calculate molarity, then normality I'm going to show you. So if you're going to calculate molarity for any liquid substances, you require three basic information you require, and these three basic information will be given in the description of your chemical box or a chemical bottle. If you take any liquid, these three details will be given. So the first one is the molar mass. So I don't know whether it is visible in the video. As I am saying, you can just write it down if you want it. Molar mass 36.4 grams per mole. 36.4 grams per mole. And specific gravity. See, the name will differ in according to each company that you are buying. Instead of specific gravity, they might give you as relative density, or they will give you as absolute density or just density. So this all means the same. So it differs from company to company. Whichever company you are buying that chemical, that grade of chemical, the name of it will differ. Molecular mass, molecular weight, so like that they will give you different names. Molecular mass is 36.4 gram per mole for HCl. Specific gravity is 1.18 gram per ml, and assay indicates the purity or how much of that HCl is present. Assay is 36%. So instead of assay, they might give you as what I said you, purity. They might give you the name of purity also as 36%. So here I am not going to discuss what is all this gram per mole, all those things. I am not theoretical concepts. I am not going to discuss. Let me directly go to the calculation. So if I want to prepare 1 molar solution of HCl, 1 molar, how do I calculate it? These three basic things you require. So 36.4 gram molar mass, molecular weight, specific gravity, and assay. See, it is very simple. We know how to calculate it for solid compounds in the first video given. So using the same principle, if I take 36.4 grams in 1000 ml or 1 liter, that will give me 1 molar solution. If it was a solid, you can proceed it like this. So if you take 36.4 grams in 1000 ml, that will give me 1 molar. But this is in liquid. So what we are going to do, see, if I take 36.4 grams in 1000 ml or 1 liter, we know it is 1 molar. Here they are saying you, if I take 1 ml of HCl, I will be having 1.18 grams of compound will be there. So 1 ml has 1.18 grams. Then how much will 1000 ml have? 1000 ml, I am going to shift the decimal point 3 times because 3 zeros are there. 3 times towards the right hand side I am going to shift. That will give me 1180.0. So if I take 1 liter of hydrochloric acid, that 1 liter will be having 1180 grams of HCl compound will be there in that 1 liter. This is one thing that you should know. Now, in 1 liter, 1180 grams of HCl is there. But all those 1180 grams are not HCl. Only 36% is HCl. The other thing is water or any other impurities it can be there. So it is 36% is only, that is why I said assay is also important. So I am repeating it. So this is the based on the specific gravity, I came to know that 1 ml is having 1.18 gram. So 1000 ml will be having 1180 grams. But all 1180 grams are not HCl, because they are saying only 36% is HCl. The other thing can be water or any other things, it can be impurities. So 36% of this, 36% of 1180 is my HCl. That is 36% is nothing but 36 by 100 into 1180. So 1010 gets cancelled. So now I will calculate this. 36 into 118. 36 into 118 divided by 10. So 424.8 I got. 424.8 grams of HCl is present in my 1 liter. I am always saying 1 liter because I have taken only 100 ml over here. That is how I got 1180 grams. So 1180 grams. Out of this 1180 grams, only 424.8. Only 424.8 grams is my HCl. The other thing are some other compounds which we are not worried. Now let me erase this. Now I came to know that in 1000 ml 424.8 grams of HCl is there. Here you see, if 36.4 grams is there, if 36.4 grams is there, that gives me 1 molar. If 424.8 is there, how much molar is it? So it is just cross multiplication. I can consider this as x. So I will just cross multiply like this. 36.4 into x is equals to 424.8 into 1 molar. So x is equals to 424.8 divided by 36.4. So 424 divided by 36.4 gives me 11.6 molar. So your bottle of HCl, let it be 500 ml bottle, 1 liter bottle, 2 liter bottle or 3 liter bottle or 10 liter bottle, that bottle concentration is 11.6 molar. So that is very important that you have to remember. So commercially, so we will round it off over here. Instead of keeping 11.6, I will round it off to 12 molar because it is approximately equal to 12 molar. So whatever the commercially available acid, the standard available commercially available acid, this strength of it is 12 molar. We call that as strength. The commercially available acid strength is 12 molar. Now based on the C1, B1, how much ever molecular weight or molarity I want, I can calculate it that. So if I want, I came to know that, let me show you that also. So like this you are going to calculate for each and every compound, because and it also varies from company to company. If you are using HCl from Merck's company one time and if you are using HCl from some other company other time, it will vary. The density will, assay will vary. So it is always it depends on the companies that you are buying. So whenever the bottle you are going to buy, you are going to calculate again. If it is of same company, then you don't have to calculate. And if this is also same, then also you don't have to calculate. If this is changing, then everything will change, right? So you have to calculate it. So we calculated that HCl what we have, the strength, we call it as strength of commercially available HCl is 12 molar. Of course, it is rounded off. It is 12 molar. So if I want 1 molar solution or 100 molar solution or 100 millimolar solution or micromolar solution, simple formula using C1V1 equals to C2V2, we can calculate this calculation. That is why I said please do go watch the first part of the video where I have dealt with the calculation of such type of calculation, simple calculation. So now if you have seen my video, this calculation you will be knowing now how to do. Based on whatever is your requirement, you can calculate it. We will require, okay. Now, if I want to convert this molarity into normality, then you have to apply one rule. Again, it has so many theoretical concepts, calculation and all. Here I am giving in a simplified form. I am now going to explain how that came, why am I doing that, what is the theoretical concepts behind it. All those things I am not explaining here. Now if this is in molarity, the strength of commercially available HCl is 12 molar. If I want it in normality, there is one formula that you have to apply when you are converting molarity and normality. So this is the formula. Normality equals number of hydrogen atoms or basicity. Number of hydrogen atoms, for a layman's term, it is actually the basicity into molecular weight or molarity. Into molarity, I'm sorry, it is not molecular weight, it is molarity. Molecular weight means this comes as a molecular weight. So your normality is, this is the standard formula that you have to remember for the liquids. For solids, you don't have to remember. Molecular weight, molarity and normality is same for a solid compounds. But for liquid compounds, your normality is equals to basicity into molarity. Now I want to calculate one normal HCl solution. Basicity is nothing but the number of hydrogen atom. In HCl, there is only one hydrogen atom. So 1 into molarity is 12 molar. So if I want a one normal solution, I can directly take the 12 molar HCl solution and I can use that. But if I want 2.5 normal solution, because we will use 2.5 normal solution for one of the assays we will use. For biochemical assays and all, we will use 2.5 normal HCl we will be using. If I am not wrong, that is also again in the carbohydrate assay itself. To digest the plant material, we will use 2.5 normal solution. So we came to know that molarity and normality. In case of HCl, it is same because it is having only one H. For H2SO4, it will differ. I will show you when I am calculating H2SO4. So if I want to calculate 2.5 normal solution, C1 V1 is equals to C2 V2. C1 of the stock is 12 normal. Volume, if I want 100 ml of this 2.5 normal solution, so volume, I don't know X, how much should I take from the stock to make up 2.5 normal into 100, because I want for 100 ml. X is equals to 2.5 into 100 divided by 12. 2.5 into 100 divided by 12. Two 2.5 into 100 divided by 12, 20.8. So I will take 20.8 ml of this acid I will take and I will make it up using water. So that will give me 20.8 that will give me 2.5 normal HCl for 100 ml it is going to give me. So similarly, if you want for 200 ml, you will make this into 200, or 500 ml, you will make that into 500. So I hope this is clear. Now we will go for H2SO4. There are some slight conversions are required. Because H2SO4, the basicity of H2SO4 is nothing but number of hydrogen atoms. It has 2 hydrogen atoms. So moving on to sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Similarly, you want all those three. Molecular mass is 98.079 grams per mole is the molecular weight. The specific gravity is 1.835 grams per ml is specific gravity, and assay is 98%. 98% purity. HCl was 36%. This is 98%. So it varies from compound to compound. So again, I hope this calculations you will do without watching the video. So first let me take this 1.835 grams is there in per ml. So for 1000 ml 1835 grams is there in 1000 ml. Out of this 1.835 grams, only 98% is sulfuric acid. So 98% is nothing but 98 into 100 divided by 100 into 1835. That will give me 98 divided by 100 into 1835 will give me 1798.3. 179.83 grams is there in my 1 liter of solvent. So using this molecular weight, if 98.07 grams is there, that gives me 1 molar solution. But here I have 1798.3 grams. This will give me how much molar? So it is very simple, cross calculation. 1798.3 divided by 98.07, that is equals to 18.35. So 18.35 is your strength of your commercially available acid, sulfuric acid. 18.35 molar. So I am repeatedly saying it is molar. So 18.35. So I can convert I can approximate it to 18 molar. So the strength of commercially available acid is 18 molar. Now if I want to convert this into normality, so we all know the formula. Normality equals basicity into molarity. So one normal solution is equals to basicity H2SO4. So basicity means number of hydrogen atom in a simpler term. So it has 2 hydrogen atom. So 2 into 18, that is nothing but 36. So the strength is 36 normal solution. So if you want to convert normality, if I want 5 normal solution, then you have to use this for C1V1. C equals C2V2. If you want it in molarity, then you will use 18 because it is 18 molar and 36 normal. So based on this, you can find out which you are going to use. If you are going to use in all molarity, then you can use this only. If you are going to convert it to normality, you can use this only. Similarly, if you are going for phosphoric acid, H3PO4, you will calculate all this in a similar way. Normality into 3 you will do because it is having 3 hydrogen atom. So based on the hydrogen atoms, you are going to calculate the normality of a solution and molarity of the solution. So similarly, I hope this was clear for you. Using C1V1 also you can calculate whichever you require. So I hope this was a major portion. Everybody was asking me to calculate how to show the calculations for biological assays. So there are so many calculations apart from that, which I think you can all calculate on your own. This was some of the basic thing and most confusing thing. So until and unless you practice it the multiple number of times, you will not be able to get it. After practicing, you can cross check it with internet or in ResearchGate. People would have calculated. You can cross check it with them. There is one app also to calculate all this dilution calculators and all, but I'm not going to reveal that app because that app, if I say, you will directly use that app and you will not know the calculation part. So for the first 2-3 months, if you calculate on your own, it becomes very quick. So initially when I faced very lot of difficulties I faced in calculation, for each and every calculation I used to run back of my teacher during my MSc days. From MSc, my specialization was plant physiology. So in plant physiology, there used to be so much of buffers we have to create, so much of reagents you have to create for each and everything. Even for gram per liter, mg per 2 gram, I had that doubt how to convert from gram to mg, mg to gram. I used to just go back of teachers and I have to just calculate it. I never did on my own. With their help, they used to teach me, I used to calculate it. And actually when we sit and calculate only, we will learn. If somebody is teaching you, you will never learn those concepts because they will always be there to help you. So when later I joined PhD, I had no that much support to go. I cannot go every time and I ask my guide or supervisor, I cannot disturb them for all such simple calculation because we'll be preparing hundreds of reagents. We'll be preparing for every time. I cannot go and ask. So using ResearchGate, using YouTube, using Google, using my friends, others, colleagues and all, using them also I calculated it. So this liquid calculation I learned only during my PhD period. There was one friend who was doing PhD in biotechnology, senior. I would like to thank him for helping me in this calculation. His name is Vamshi Krishna. So I would like to thank my colleague for helping me in calculating this calculations and teaching me also. So first initial 3-4 times, 5-6 times, he helped me to calculating all this liquid thing and all. So I would like to mention, acknowledge that person, my colleague, senior colleague, for helping me in calculation. So like this, using your colleague, seniors, learn the calculation. Now with the advancement of technology, even apps have come, but I'm not going to reveal those apps because I want you people to calculate on your own without depending on that apps. That apps is very simple. If you just put on all the basic detail, it with a single touch it is going to calculate for you. But with that, you will not going to gain anything. You cannot teach others. You cannot teach your students or other people. So with your own effort, you try to learn. Ask somebody if you are having doubts, and you in the initial few days you will definitely face the difficulty. But after few times, after few number of calculations, you will also become like this. You will be able to help and guide others. So I hope the first part and second part of the video was really helpful to you. If you feel it is helpful to you, please do share it with your friends, share the knowledge, share the channel also, and also ask them to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and stay tuned for the other videos, biology related videos. Thank you.